Senator Spalding. Chairperson Lucier.
Here.
Secretary Bronson. Secretary Dubay. Chairperson Greenwood.
Here.
Chairperson McKiernan.
Here.
Treasurer Thurston.
Present.
Chairperson Amaya.
Here.
Vice President Cloutier. President Goffin.
Present and vote. All right, I apologize for the late start. Inclement weather and a mistake on my part caused that Vice President Cloutier is missing right now. So she will be a little late. But without further ado, I move for the acceptance of the minutes from the 3/31/2026 meeting.
Second.
Hearing a second, is there any additions, revisions, or deletions to the set of minutes? Seeing none, we will do a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion passes. Next, we are going to move into new and existing business. I'm gonna start with the awards and then we're gonna do the visit. So, I'm gonna hand the floor off to Chairperson McKiernan for the awards.
Okay, thank you. So the first award that we would like to present is the Club of the Month, and for the month of March, we want to award Warp Gaming with Club of the Month. Is there a representative here? There are. Okay, perfect. So we wanted to give them this award because they literally put on hundreds of events throughout the year, and they've just been a model club for other clubs to follow. So we really just wanted to award you guys with Club of the Month.
I'm gonna open the floor for comments and remarks. Yes.
I've been at a lot of these work events. I've seen how hard they've worked. The e-board has been like such a talented e-board to just watch, like put on these very successful events over the last 2 years. And they deserve this. Their dedication to putting on these different types of events and doing 2 within a week span is very impressive. And I do want to just like say Logan, Haley, and Kyle, who are all graduating keyboard members, have been very, very dedicated to that club from day one.
Thank you. Yes.
Haley is the Secretary of Work, and I don't think I've seen a secretary more than she does. Like, I've never seen someone who's just a secretary of a club put in so much work and dedication. I respect that, Haley, but like, to bring it up publicly, she's amazing. Lacey's also put in a ton of work, Kyle, so shout out to work.
Any other remarks? Okay. I want to echo what everyone else has said. You guys are awesome. There are so many events and stuff like that happen on this campus that are enjoyable for a wide variety of students, all done from your club. You guys set an excellent standard for other clubs to follow. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for that. There are so many subsections under Warp too that, like, again, just tailor towards different needs and interests of students on our campus. Thank you guys for being inclusive of them as well. Even if it's not something that you guys as e-board members necessarily like to do. It's just awesome to see a club like that as big and reaching as Warp is. So thank you. Again, you guys are a standard. Next, we are going to do the Staff Member of the Month award. Floor goes back to Chairperson Kieran.
Okay, so for Staff Member of the Month, the Student Senate would like to proudly present the award to Tina Robertson.
So Tina is responsible for all of the job fairs, career fairs that go on campus. She is also the advisor of CARE. So Tina, as a staff member, just goes above and beyond with everything that she does, especially for CARE too, which I really do want to highlight. I get nothing but glowing remarks from the CARE board about how much help she is to them. For career fairs, she is, if you see Tina on career fair day, she is around going to vendors, or not vendors, companies or any other visitors we have, or even students who might need help from her or another member of the Career Center, just looking to help out in any way that she can. Every time I stop by the Career Center, Tina is always like, hello, Mr. President, or also, are you coming to my career fair? And I'm like, it depends who's there. So especially last year when I was a junior, There were a couple of them where you pulled me aside and you were like, I want you there just to talk to this person, even if you don't end up applying there. So it's super nice to see that you look out for people like me. And I know, again, other student leaders across campus say the exact same thing. When they walk in, you are always there to be a resource for them. So thank you for all that you do. We appreciate it. Yes.
I really shouldn't be talking because I'm losing my voice, but I want to echo what Cam was saying. You are such a friendly face on campus. Since my first year here, you introduced yourself to me, and you've been someone that I love seeing every time I'm able to see you. You are so caring for the students. You make it an effort to go out and reach out to them, let them know your name and what you do. So we really appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
Mm.
Yes.
I don't want to make you cry, but you're just so amazing and you're just such a joy to work with. And what Cam and Blanca said, I mean, I don't need to repeat it, but you're just a joy and genuinely so helpful. Like, I never have any trouble reaching out to you, and no student does, which is really great to see. So thank you.
Yes.
Tina, thank you for everything you do for our community. I'm not trying to make you cry, but like every time I see you in the welcome center when I'm there for work, like that you like go ahead and kind of remember like some of my interests, like that makes me feel like you kind of will get to know everyone. I appreciate that. And that helps like students like get to know like our staff members so much more. And thank you for everything you do for this campus. It's well deserved that you did this.
Thank you. Any last second comments? Seeing none, we will move on. Thank you so much, Tina, for all that you do. Next, faculty of the month. I'm going to hand the floor back to Chairperson McKiernan.
Okay, so for the month of March, the Student Senate would like to present Faculty Member of the Month to Peter Fairman. Really can't be said enough how much we enjoy having Professor Fairman in class. He is a wonderful faculty member here at W&E, and this award can't express how much we are grateful for him. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to open the floor for comments. Vice President Cloutier.
I think that Fairman is the only professor that I've had every semester at West New England. And when I tell you guys that I've gone into his class in literally such a horrible mood and come out with a smile on my face, like that's just the kind of person that he is. And the way that he teaches and the way that he connects with students is incredibly valuable. So I appreciate him so much.
I have him right now for American National Gov, and he makes it very entertaining and he makes it very interesting.
I always look back to my first semester here when I had him for American government. I didn't really know what to expect, but it really shaped my view on Professor Fairman. I really love the class and all the people in it. As an RA now, I always recommend my residents to take classes with him, even if they're electives, just because it's joyous and it's really not hard. Well, not that hard. But I do really love you as a person, Professor Fairman, and I'm looking forward to being with you next semester.
Thank you.
Senator Goodman.
This semester is my first ever class with Professor Fairman, and like others have said, I didn't really know what to expect. But all the rumors were true. One of the most fantastic classes I've ever taken here, and truly one of the most personable professors I've ever met. It really goes a long way. Thank you, every class.
I will round this out. I've had plenty of classes with Professor Fairman. I also was the PA that worked with him for first year seminar 2 years ago, the same first year seminar that these two were a part of, Chairperson McKiernan and Vice President Cloutier. So I've had a lot of experience working with Professor Fairman in a lot of different contexts. You are an amazing advisor and an amazing mentor to both myself and so many other student leaders on this campus. We appreciate all that you do for us. You're always willing to help us no matter what the issue is. If there's anything that we go to you for, you're always going to find a way to help us. And it is such an amazing experience to have you in class and in that role again as an advisor and mentor to us. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
That is our last set of club staff and faculty member of the month awards for the term. I think we set a very high bar with the last set of them. I'm glad that we got to recognize Tina, Warp, and Professor Fairman with these last set of awards. So thank you all for all that you do on our campus. We appreciate all of you. Next, we have the Senator Awards. So the Senator of the Month is not here today. They will be at transitions, so we are going to defer that award to transitions. For these other two awards, we're going to present them today, and if we have time after transitions, if the two award recipients would like to get fancier photos, we will be more than willing to do that again, if time permits. But I'm going to start with I'm actually going to start with Rookie of the Spring, and then we'll do Senator of the Spring. So can I get a drum roll, please? The Rookie Senator of the spring semester goes to Brianna Brown. You can take a little short.
No.
Or Alex. I'm gonna take a photo and then I'll say it. But
Well, Brianna, I think that you have proven to be like an incredibly impressive person, in your role on Senate here. I think that you're, as least our executive board agreed, that you are, always a good resource for us. You take on a lot of the work that maybe behind the scenes needs to get done. So we really appreciate all your effort you put in, and we're excited to see what you do in your following years on Senate.
to bounce off of that, stepping up for the president's search, stepping up for the parking committee are not small feats whatsoever, especially for a senator from the first year class right now. So thank you for stepping up. Thank you for always being a reliable resource for us to work with. I hear great things from your other commuter reps, how you're always trying to coordinate reports and stuff with them. So just thank you for always being willing to step up and do work that needs to get done, especially on behalf of the e-board with those two things that I just mentioned. We really, really do appreciate it, and we wouldn't be as successful as we are now if you hadn't done that. I'll open the floor to anyone else if there are. Yeah.
To kind of echo what they said as well, not only do you have a wonderful work ethic, but you truly are a light, and you, every day, you're always coming to class and you're just happy. And I know that so many people know you as such a positive and influential person on campus. So thank you for being that.
Any other comments? Okay, we will move on, or yeah, round of applause. Now, drum roll, please. The Senator of the Spring will go to Kaylee Godin.
You look surprised.
I was not expecting it.
Kaylee, we spent a lot of time in e-board talking about who we thought would like really take the semester award, and we just think that your contributions in our meetings here have been really valuable. You're always like right there with the issues, you fight for your constituents, and we really appreciate that. And I know that this is your last year, and so we wanted to give you something that would commemorate that.
Thank you.
To kind of echo off of that and add a little bit more to coordinating, getting endowed Chair Walker in with your other College of Business reps was a huge feat, especially since we had to cancel a lot of meetings because Vice President Cloutier and I had the president's search, so we didn't really get the like introduction of all the deans this year. But both as the first ever endowed chair and as an outgoing dean, it was nice to get her in at least. And to explain what exactly that is for a historic role on campus. And you played a huge role in getting that done with your other, business rep, the other one resigned at the time. So hats off to both of you for that, but thank you for coordinating that. And again, just talking about literally any of the infrastructure issues and stuff on campus, I know you played a lead role in like really getting stuff to our attention, texting myself or emailing the e-board, different things throughout this semester or even the semester before too. We really appreciate that. It makes our job easier when we have senators like you who are willing to step up and get it to us and we don't have to just find out on our own. So thank you for all that you do. Any other remarks? Yes.
I've known you for a while now, but Kaylee really, especially like committee-wise, she's always there for all of the open houses, which I do appreciate, especially when I have to go run around and do 84 things around the open house. So genuinely, like, thank you so much for being there. Thank you. And good job.
Congratulations to both of you. If you would like a more formal photo and stuff taken, again, if we have time at the end of transitions, bring your certificate and we can get that done. Next, we are going to do the presentation of Around You. And sorry to bump you guys back on the agenda. It just made more sense to do all of that first. Yeah.
We're working on. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
We're all slaves.
Okay, great.
So, a little bit of brief context. We mentioned engagement platforms a couple times at our Senate meetings, and they have been working on an engagement platform, which is why they're here today. They reached out to Vice President Cloutier to kind of talk about it a little bit. It's not a guarantee that the school will adopt this one exactly, but we wanted to give you guys a look at what those platforms kind of look like. So this was just the perfect opportunity and timing to do that. So,
And they're looking for feedback on their
yes,
project and would love to hear it.
yeah. So I'm going to hand the floor off to you guys.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good. So far, so good. So, I am Malavika Polanki, and this is my friend Jayan Desanseti. We are actually graduate business analytics students here at WLE, and we are trying to approach as much students as possible to get the word out about our application Around You, which is basically specifically designed for university or college going students. And my friend here is going to give you guys an introduction of what this is.
Around You is a secure student platform because I hope you see in Instagram or LinkedIn or any other platforms, we've seen like so many fake accounts. Sometimes, so many people don't want to keep their profile as a public because you don't have a trust and stalking things and you don't want these things. So that's why we started this verified social media platform that too only for students. So here I'm logging into my account. I'll show you what's inside. Here we are verifying students with the university mail ID. So we have to make sure they belongs to this university. So this is the app user interface looks like. So here you can see here we have a few toggles. That means here all posts means, everyone using social media, it takes so much of distraction. You're following some useful pages, but still you'll distract into some other video or some other photo and like scrolling. We want to eliminate that thing. So that's why here we shows interest. This interest only based on before we are selecting, where we create account, we choose what interest we want. So based on that,
So here, like she mentioned, we are giving an option for every student, every professor and university clubs, their separate accounts, so they can log in with that. So you can directly choose up. It's just like basic any other social media apps that the interface is similar to those. So you wouldn't have much trouble to log in or create an account. So you're just going to come up with your your details and everything, and in the later parts it is going to ask you to select few of the interests that they are listed out. So you're going to choose from them and go ahead and create your account. After that, when you go and log in, so after that account, the details and posts that you're going to receive in this app is almost everything is curated. based on interest that you're going to choose when you create your account, and based on the university that you're registered with, the account with, and the same course, as in the course that you're actually studying there in that university. So these are the toggles that you're going to get your posts curated on. And we also have an inbuilt marketplace where you could, there are a lot of students here like us who are graduating, who might be graduating soon, and they have a lot of stuff that they want to sell, either sell or throw away. I know there are a lot of stuff students will throw away rather than, because there is no specific platform where they could trust to sell their products. So this is here. We have an inbuilt marketplace where you can go ahead and include everything in here, like what is the item, is it in a good condition or how is it, and the category of what your item is that you're listing it here. And the interesting part here is we are also providing a housing option where if, there are many commuting students where they might be interested in finding houses outside the university. So they might have a chance to take a look in this app directly instead of, rummaging through many of the, housing apps that are already present. And this marketplace idea and we have a lost and found board as well. So people usually lose many things on campus. So we can directly report it here in the using this option. And then if somebody found that, you can directly upload it using the found option as well, so that you will have an easy access to your lost things. So this might be a good opportunity for people who lose things more often. And this marketplace and the lost and found option are only for your university. This option is not going to be provided for multiple universities. So all of these same universities, same course, as in you are going to get posts only related to your course across multiple universities, not just based on your university. And clubs are getting separate accounts. So clubs are also going to, post the events or everything. Those posts are also being reflected in their university as well. And we also have an explore option where you have another toggle switches where you can get the trending professor from your university and from across universities. Same for people and same for the trending clubs as well. And the interesting thing here is if any student or a faculty has a free time, they can log in their slots here. They can, try helping people out. I mean, they can charge any price for this. Specifically for professors and students, if any student is interested in research that some other professor in some university that is across United States, some in Southern California or something, they might be interested in getting to know their research more in depth. So there is no specific point of contact directly where you can find those persons. And this platform might be a solution to that. So you can directly reach out to them, just drop them a message or follow request. So you can directly go to their page. If this is, so you can, if they have an opening slot, you can try to book them and they might charge you a little amount for that. If you're okay with it, you can connect with them and get your questions clarified on that. This is available for students as well who has a free time and want to help out other students. And also, this is just like any other platform, the education projects, interest and everything.
Why here these toggles means interest, that is based on your interest with multiple universities. This is an inter-university platform and we want to take it to around the world. So that's why we want your feedback, and the same course also same. If you are a business analytics student or computer student or marketing student, you guys don't want any other courses stuff. I mean, a computer guy don't want a mechanical stuff or civil stuff. The same thing. So the same course post you will get under the different universities who are in the same course. Their post you will got it. And the same thing. And why here this free time? Because when I'm in India or some other, when I'm in India, I got a thought, I want to do research on something, but I don't have the right professor to talk with in my country. The same way, but I want to connect with the USA professors, but there is no right platform, and it's impossible to connect with anyone who I don't know, and they won't accept me on LinkedIn or anywhere. So here you can see their posts and you like them, like the research and everything. We can we can directly connect with them wherever they are. We can take their inputs and we can work on it. And mainly this is useful for the new students who are coming to our university. So here they can see the real people. And if you want to study in different university, just here we need to search with the university name. Here, when we search any university name, here it shows their students and the groups, whatever they're studying. You can message them, you can ask them like, is this course is good fit for you? And how is the faculty? How is the teaching style? Because so many people mess with the thing. They after they're coming to the university, they'll think like, oh no, this is not my vibe. So many people felt that thing. So here you can connect with them. And the same with the professors. You can see the professor's profile and what they're doing and what the research is doing, everything. And the clubs, whatever the clubs in the university, and mostly people want, right, like a music club or chess club or any other things. The same thing, posts. And what are because you can see the Instagram posts or LinkedIn posts or YouTube, they'll show only what university looks like and what they're doing, the good things, only those things. We don't know any internal things. This is for the internal thing. What's happening in the university? What and how the students are like and what they are doing. Everything we can post here we can see. Yeah. This is the idea. If you want anyone log in, you can search in Google aroundyou.me. So
Yeah, so majorly what we are expecting from you guys is a little feedback on how you feel about this platform that we came up with. And is there any specific things that a student would like on this that they might be interested in, but we don't have it yet? Or anything that basically helps us improve the app more? So yeah, yes, please.
I love it. I think it's great. My first question is there a way that you can switch accounts quickly? Like on Instagram, they have like the switch accounts feature. You don't have to log out. You just pop onto your other account for people who are maybe in a ton of clubs.
Yeah, about that. Right now, this is only one account for one email address. So, our major point is we are trying to eliminate fake accounts. So if you're only going to be registered with your university email ID, so you're going to have only one account per mail ID.
Okay. If she had a club email.
Yeah, you can switch
easily.
Yes, easily.
Yeah.
You can.
Okay.
Like I mentioned before, we already are giving clubs a separate account for themselves. So you can directly go to club account. You're going to get your login credentials from club anyway that you are already set that way. So you can directly log in. And
Okay.
Yeah, just out of the interest of time, I'm gonna let you three go with your hands up, and then we're gonna send them your email and the link to this.
yeah.
And if anyone wants to look through it and provide them feedback, or if you guys really like it, especially for the next term, people coming back and would like to advocate for this to be brought to the university, it would be good to look through and talk with the next term leadership, but we're gonna start with Brett.
Okay, so I have about 11 questions that I can email you about. I'll do the two big ones first. How are notifications decided, and could clubs send out like a mass text?
Mass text as in how?
So like up the whole campus community or the registered accounts, because I know a concern in student
Because
leadership is that.
all the content you post here is public. So if you are posting with your university club account, then it is supposed to reach to your university people. Because the content all is public. It is intended that way to reach to more university, your particular university people.
The notification they'll get like, yeah, some other club sending, I mean, they're organizing this thing. They won't show the full description until we click on that notification.
But will they be sent like every post as a notification or how the algorithm?
Not every post.
I mean, if they're using the frequently, when they're using the frequently, we have the database, so we won't send them regular notification. Only the message or like or these things, these notifications. Who are not using regularly, for them, we will send the notifications like, I mean, so and so, what the recently most liked thing, or what the most commented things, based on that. We'll send the notification like, oh, some other university doing this event, or else in your university, someone is like doing this thing. So like that.
Okay.
So, my email ID is already with Jessica, so if you have any more questions, you can just reach. Thank you.
Senator Barazzi, did you have something
I was
to
gonna
add?
ask, how did you guys want feedback? Like, do you guys have a survey or anything like that?
We don't yet have a already up survey, but if you guys are actively interested in that, we can post up a survey,
Okay,
you
no
know,
problem.
that could reach to everybody.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
email, I got, yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be good. If you could send that to Jess.
Yes, no problem.
Yeah, and then,
Are you guys familiar with the university post system that
Yes.
would this be a viable solution to replace that now that we're moving away from the COIAC system?
Yeah, that might be a good solution because the post,
This user engagement.
yeah, this is intended to boost user engagement and this is intended to make your post available and reach out to more students on the campus because clubs have many major problem clubs have is they have all different scattered platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn. They try to reach out to more people, but Instagram, you are not only targeting your specific university students, but you're also targeting other university students, which might not be much interested in your university, events. So yeah, this might be a potential switch.
So will there be a separate area just for administration or club announcements that's separate from the other posts of
Yes, we
students?
are actually working to come up something like that on this. So yeah. Anything else, guys?
Just to round out,
Yeah.
my comment was kind of similar to Connor's. I think it'd be really valuable, especially if you're looking to appeal to like universities, if there was a separate like club interface. So students could go and be like, okay, these are all of the clubs. I can click on this club's page. I can see their scheduled meeting times that would be in there. I could see like the posts that they're making and things like that, or like an events tab or something like that. I think that'd be really cool. And it would really like round out the platform to make it like all around university friendly.
yeah. I have stuff that I will send over to you guys in an email, just like back end university policies that apply here that you might want to address, especially if you go here or another university that might have similar stuff. So I'll have some feedback for you guys soon.
Oh, and also, if you guys know anybody, the law students that we could talk to, because we.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I can
can
connect you with
Yes,
people.
we can connect you with the SBA president, the Student Bar Association president.
Yes, we
Yeah.
will have that, because we are trying to come up with few privacy clauses and all, we need help with that.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, they could probably help you with that.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys
coming.
for
It was
coming.
really interesting.
One quick question. I need to know like, for the clubs, they want a different toggle, or else can we keep posting like, here we have a space, so here we can post about the club things, right? So,
Just like when we log into Kodiak, we are going to get an option in the announcements before you log in, before you open any of your course accounts, you are going to get here announcements kind of thing.
Okay.
So
which one?
are you, is that okay like that if we provide it right here?
If there was like you see like up where you have the,
Last and found.
maybe like.
Yeah, like a
something like
list,
that.
a directory,
Okay.
like that. Yeah, I think that, like, that's fine, but having like a separate thing where you could just look through them all on a list,
Got
and
it.
then like, oh, I like that one, follow, or like
Yeah.
join or whatever.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna move into rollover reports, visitors' comments. Are there any visitors' comments? Okay, seeing them, now we're moving into rollover reports, starting with special events committee.
Okay, so over this year, including the events that are still coming up, I ran 6 programs, which were Spirit Week, the Pumpkin Festival, the Roaring Twenties, and the New York City travel trip. The 2 we're still waiting on are the 2 days of spring event. All in all, I feel like all the events went pretty well. The one that most comes to my mind is the New York City travel trip, where originally it sold out in 17 hours after being released for about 100 tickets. I'm still working on trying to get spring event up, or working on but trying to get the new tradition of spring event up with hopefully having a DJ show and the big carnival. I hope everyone is available to go to the days. They're the 24th and 25th. More information is on social media right now. But those are the big things I worked on. Thank you all for volunteering for both the normal events and the spring event days. And thanks to Bridget Grimm for all the work she's done. And thanks to my e-board members for spring event. And yeah, that covers most of what I had. More is in the minutes if you all want to read the exact details about how I feel each event went.
The rollover report, it will not.
Not in the minutes, yeah.
Be very clear.
Any questions or comments for special events? Okay, seeing none, health, food, and safety. By the way, 5 minutes max. Yeah.
Some of the frequent contacts I had were Caitlin Tansky, Sarah Butterick, Mark Marson, and then Lauren and Mary from the Center of Health and Wellbeing Directors Board. I'm gonna kind of break it down by section here for some of the projects worked on. So for health, a lot of the events that were held were recently they had Talk the Walk outside of UC, which seemed to be successful. They had a handout on St. Patrick's Day about sexual health. They had a fall open house for the Center of Health and Wellbeing that was very successful, and they have an upcoming one, or actually they just had one last Wednesday that seemed to be successful as well, having an additional group of people show up. And then I just wanted to note that with Sex Week being canceled, they still provided ample information out about sexual well-being, et cetera. They focused a lot on need-based changes and feedback. After everybody visits the Center for Health and Wellbeing, they're receiving a feedback form, which they're able to receive feedback on, which is how they're taking into consideration what to do next. Some of the big changes is they added a provider in both counseling and medical, which increases availability, is also people for walk-ins. They started electronic check-in and also started extending hours 1 day a week for people that might have class during the day and cannot attend. For safety, for Safe Connect, they finally got approved for the DOJ grant and they've started rolling out events. They're working on compiling a student advisory board to help really give interest on what students want in events to see in the future, as well as helping out through the events and helping kind of delegate what the grant looks like. Something regarding Title IX is just generally refreshers with student leaders. Every year during like PA and RA training, they obviously have refreshers on how Title IX is implemented, how to report, but they're also going to be extending that to like connections towards athletes, while student leadership, OT and PT graduate students, et cetera. And then some of the events they had was the consent kissing booth, as well as the bystander training event, both of which were very successful and had a lot of interaction with students. So for food, again, I've heard a lot about this over the year. Just some general things that were trialed was restaurant nights. They continue to be successful. They had a Super Bowl trial attempting a hot food bar downstairs rather than a salad bar. However, because students were able to get the same choices upstairs for the meal swipe, it didn't stick very hard. They started posting staff of the week spotlights above the fruit caddy in the urban market. A lot of this was based on complaints and then finding solutions. So things like Grubhub orders, weekend hours, allergy information, and more was covered. So you can refer to the minutes for that. But some of the new things that were added was more variety of the Ignite station upstairs, adding more things like chicken sandwiches, quesadillas, things that used to be at BNF that is no longer
there, so that way people can still get it upstairs. They added more pop-ups and rotation changes. For example, instead of just being between pasta and stir fry, they've added ramen, they've added grilled cheese stations, things like that. And then also they just added the Botrista downstairs for energy drinks, boba, such as that. And so far it's been successful from what I've heard. So I met bi-weekly with food, and then I met monthly with the safety and health representatives. I found that just to be the most convenient, considering food is something that's changing a lot more frequently. And again, it's something that students are very much wanting updates on. A lot of the concerns can just be listed in my report. And then generally speaking, I want to just take the time to thank pretty much everybody that I've worked with. Mark has been incredibly helpful and very encouraging in receiving feedback and taking it and making sure that the students get what they want. I also wanted to shout out JP, who he's taken so much initiative to bring his own recipe and own care into the dining hall, which is really, I feel like, helps students enjoy it more than they have in the past. I wanted to thank Greg Matthews and Facilities, because they've been able to help spread awareness about campus safety, both through the bi-weekly newsletter and also just the incorporation of Aramark into our facilities department. It's been a pretty, I would say, smooth-ish transition, and I think that's gone over pretty well. And then I wanted to thank Caitlin Tansky, Sarah Butterick, and the health and well-being team, because they've been incredibly flexible, especially considering how much change they've had to go through in the past year. With that, refer to the minutes for the rest of my report.
Thank you. We just ran out of time. Any quick emergency comments before we accept this report? Okay, seeing none, I move to accept the Health, Food, and Safety Special Committee's rollover. I forgot to do Brett's also. I move to accept both the Special Events Committee and the Health, Food, and Safety Committee rollover reports.
Second.
All right, hearing a second, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Those abstaining? The motion's passed. Sorry, thank you both for all that you do and all that you've accomplished this entire term. These are two new things. I'm glad that both of you were able to spearhead them and get a lot done and set standards for the future. So thank you. Parking Committee, I'm going to cut down the time by a minute. So I'm going to cut it down to 4. The floor is whoever would like to lead off.
You can refer to the minutes for our overall. Bless you. Our frequent contacts were Deputy Chief Donahue and Chief Thomas Ford. We worked with public safety to discuss ongoing campus problems with unauthorized parking and potential solutions for the future. We attended a single meeting with Deputy Chief Donahue on Wednesday, March 4th, and we had bi-monthly meetings with co-chairs to discuss past and future projects. For concerns and support is needed with the ongoing issue of unauthorized cars parked in both the quad and general lot. We recommend that the campus should give residents of the quad, Wyndham, Flow River, and Commonwealth the possibility to choose between the 2 parking lots. 2 separate prices of passage should be based on location and will come on a first come, first served basis. The concern with parking ticket appeals is still ongoing and requires much needed attention. We strongly recommend that the university restores the parking appeal committee, given a sitting student representatives and officers for public safety. For initiatives to continue or begin, we highly recommend to investigate proper parking for sports games and restrict access to off-road parking for games by the Evergreen lot. This can be done with either signs or an officer nearby during the hours of 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. on the weekends, and discussions with public safety of the WNE shuttle system to cut down on unauthorized parking during class hours is also advised. And that's really our main points.
All right, any additional comments? Thank you guys for doing that in like such a condensed period of time. We gave you almost an impossible task. You made some fairly strong recommendations. I know we worked together with you guys to like come up with what exactly we were looking for. That specific report will be sent separately to VP Matthews and VP McCarthy probably to look at, because some of those requests are just not unreasonable and they could probably happen by next year. So that one will have its own special thing, and you guys might be attached to those emails, just so you know. I move to accept the parking committee report.
Second.
Hearing a second, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Parking committee report is accepted. Thank you guys for all of your hard work with that. Again, in a short period of time, we appreciate it. Next executive report, starting with finance, 4 minutes of floor first.
I have a lot of stuff in here, so you guys can refer to the local report for
all the information. I'm gonna condense it and just go quickly over everything. So for frequent contacts, I have Bridget Grimm, Gregory Matthews, Raymond McCarthy, Julie LeBeau, Vanessa Madura, the Student Senate Executive Board, my ranking member Joshua Goodman, and the Finance Committee. For projects worked on, I listed the registered student organizations, RSOs, that were done earlier in the year. Also, clubs are under that category currently as unfunded. The implementation of the new initial allocation requests and tracking templates, the amendment to the reoccurring senior week policy, the NACA conference that we funded, club level liaisons, the monthly report form changes, and also changes within the club initial and additional allocation request form. All has more information to follow. Initial allocations that I recommended, additional allocations that I recommended, reclamations that myself and the finance committee made, 13 clubs that have been frozen, allocation summaries by level. Meetings attended, which was with Bridget Grimm. Each week, meetings with Raymond and Vanessa scheduled as needed. Finance committee, executive board concerns and support needed. I talked a lot about club executive boards and how there's some confusion when it comes to budget expectations and spending procedures. So one of my goals for next year is to find that gap and maybe make like a template that clubs can refer to quickly for like financial support. They can always reach out to me if they need to. Initiatives that I continue to begin, which is one was with fostering a working relationship with clubs. I feel like there's a stigma usually between clubs and Senate that, I don't know, it's not usually good. We could speak on that more, but you know what I mean? Yeah. But I feel like this year the stigma has been diminished and I can better communicate with clubs and they will reach out to me if they need anything. So I hope to continue that. I've also been reaching out a lot in terms of communication of deadlines, for example, monthly reports or anything else that is due. So I'm going to continue that as well. And just ultimately being more transparent with clubs as much as I can. Processes learned. I talked about how I basically learned nothing coming into this position and that it was just like, what? It's true.
I'm sorry.
I like had no experience before coming into this position, but I really grew and developed a lot. So it was really important to my leadership development. Even like learning Excel, learning all the Senate processes. I'm really glad that I was able to step in this role and learn all of that. I'm taking over my role next year, so there's no letter to the person or people who will be taking over as a role. Thank you to President-elect Amaya and Vice President-elect Kilday for offering me this position. And then I have constituency kudos to my ranking member Joshua Goodman, and my advisor Bridget Grimm, and what you guys can refer to. I have a lot of them left in the minutes. Also President Kaufman for all this help during this term. That is all that I have.
Thank you. Any questions, comments for finance rollover report? Okay, seeing none, I move to accept the finance rollover report.
Second.
Hearing a second, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Okay. Thank you for all your hard work and thank you for taking on the position at a weird time. I really appreciate it. And we appreciate your leadership at a hard time for club budgets. So I want to ask for one more round of applause for Trevor first. Okay. Next, legislative, 4 minutes. I know Chairperson Amaya's voice is gone, so we're gonna have Ranking Member Pavlik give the report.
Perfect. So over the past year, the legislative committee worked tirelessly to achieve the goals on the agenda, all set out by Chairperson Amaya. Therefore, the legislative committee made notable accomplishments this year. These accomplishments included revising club constitutions, amending the student senate constitution, and beginning to roll impeachment clauses to all active club constitutions. The committee sought out 18 recognized clubs whose constitutions were outdated and in need of revision. And of those 18 clubs, 11 had completed their constitution by the end of the term. 6 organizations were successfully established and recognized by the student senate, and one organization was reactivated. 3 amendments were recognized by the student senate and accepted by the student body to be implemented in the Student Senate's Constitution, providing more guidance and regulation. For the sake of time, please refer to the roller report for the full report of clubs and that were established, reactivated, and the amendments. Moving forward, as we enter the 2026 to 27 academic year, there are still several clubs that must revise their constitution due to the 3-year mandate. 7 clubs did not turn in their amendments for the 25 to 26 academic year that must be prioritized come the next term. All the organizations established under this term and those that revise their constitution have added an impeachment clause. However, all other club constitutions are lacking a formal impeachment clause. The next legislative chairperson needs to mandate all clubs to revise their constitution to add an impeachment clause. There have been occurrences in the past where clubs have wanted to impeach an executive board member for failing to fulfill their duties, but the lack of formal impeachment clause caused a legislative issue. Nonetheless, starter clubs have seemed to improve their lifespan due to the legislative efforts to help post the creation of the organization. This relationship with the newly established organization should continue for the first year to ensure that they complete their mission. If you have any more questions or if you have any questions rather or concerns, please reach out to Chairperson Maya for any further details. And thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any last second questions or comments for the legislative report? Okay, seeing none, I move to accept the legislative report.
Second.
Hearing a second, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? The motion passes. Thank you for all of your hard work and congratulations to President-elect Amaya. I'm going to give the rest of the executives only 3 minutes for theirs. We might run until 1:55 just to get these rounded out and done. If we have to run later, I don't think there's anyone in here after us. So if you can stay late just so we can quickly approve all these, that would be great. Campus relations, go.
Okay, so refer to the minutes for my full report. Some of my most frequent contacts were the head of facilities, Nicholas Del Bono, the senior vice president of enrollment management and students, Gregory Matthews, director of student involvement and connections, Bridget Grimm. I won't go through all the projects that I worked on, but some of the big things that I worked with were the grievance form creating and keeping up with it over the year. What I'm currently working on is the co-curricular awards, the thing that you guys voted on last time. Me and Public Relations Chairperson Greenwood, we are still working on that. We will continue to work on that. And I'm working on updating the Senate chamber, specifically the furniture. So these are things that I'm actively working on. If you want to see everything that I worked on throughout the year, if you're interested in the position or are curious what I was doing behind the scenes, please refer to the report. I gave some possible capital ideas for the next administration, if that's possible, if they ever secure the funding for it. So I also mentioned the HLC furniture update that the athletic reps brought up. I thought this would be a good thing to put in my report in case that they miss it in the athletic representatives report. So it's in mine if you would like to see that. Monthly meetings with head of facilities, concerns and support needed. There is no capital budget. So like when my position, constitutionally, my position is to be working on capital projects. And I said the biggest concern I had was that it's very loose in what can be accomplished creating capital projects with no capital money or capital budget. I also brought up the swipe card access, how students were facing a lot of issues with that, and then just the regular facilities issues that we hear about every week. Initiatives continue where we begin that I'm kind of excited about, and I wish that I pursued more. Student opportunities or internships with facilities. People already work with Aramark in the dining section of Aramark, but people may not know this facilities is owned by Aramark as well. So expanding the student opportunities there is a really interesting idea, especially for majors that kind of coincide with what facilities does, like the construction management program. And then just continuing to work on campus projects. I wrote a really nice letter for whoever gets this position, to whom it may concern. Constituency kudos, I said my committee, I think I had the busiest committee out of all of the executive board, so I just want to thank all of you guys, especially my especially my ranking member Jillian Silver did a great job. All the senators, thank you guys so much. And the rest of the executive board's been a great,
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it. Accept the campus relations rollover report.
Second.
Hearing a second, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion passes. Okay, 3 minutes, public relations. Floor is
Okay,
yours.
ignoring that whole report. Anyway, so the public relations, I will be taking on my position next year, so there will be a letter to myself in there. And my frequent contacts were Bridget Grimm, Gregory Matthews, and my executive board and my committee. My ranking member was Samantha Folio. My general members were Haley Demers, Katie Joseph, Lauren Oros, Linda Holman, Natalia Miller, Omar Aqua, Victoria Mascaro, and Nicole Noonan. So thank you for all your help at especially the open houses. I too had a very busy committee. Projects that I worked on were mostly our social media pages, our Instagram, which the follower count is currently just under 1,000, which is very good considering most social media accounts for clubs are under 300. So that's a good percentage. The top post was in fact the Spirit Week post, which received almost 18,000 views. There's been a major increase in a lot of reel related, I don't know why. Increase in reel related content with videos on there. And the TikTok I reactivated this year, which is gaining and growing. The top video with that was the Skookum Award video with the award winners, which received almost 3,000 views. Blah, blah, blah. Projects that I worked on again were the fall canned food drive with public safety. You can refer to the exact minutes with the information on that. Stuff a Cruiser. I'm working with Will for the Golden Bear Co-Curricular Award Ceremony, which I just had the award selection meeting on. And then we are meeting again on Wednesday to confirm this. I stand on the election committee for the fall and spring elections. Since I'm not being elected, I am appointed. Thank you to incoming President Amaya and Vice President Kilday. The bulletin board is completely updated, which I update throughout the year if we have any flyers that I need to put on there. Blah, blah, blah. I release press releases on an as-need basis. There's one coming out, I believe, Wednesday, I think, based on the recent article, where did Student Senate's budget go? So look at that. Weekly meetings that I have are the Golden Bear Co-Curricular Awards. I have the selection committee meetings, public safety meetings, occasional meetings with the spring, the special events chair. Concerns I have, I will be looking next year to find someone who will possibly take over my position, since next year will be my final year. I have 10 seconds. Next year we'll be doing committee shoots, headshots. I need to order stoles. I need to get my finalized budget to treasurer, blah, 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 refer to minutes.
Okay. Move to accept the public relations
Second.
report.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion passes.
Anyway.
Oh.
Okay, I'll make it short. So see my role report in the minutes when Secretary Kilday gets us out. Just to make things quick, I'll go around the projects I worked on. So we were working on campus-wide common hour, the implementation of OERs across campus, the improvement of student registration, efficiency and technical issues, and continuing collecting data for the Golden Bear Discovery project that we worked on last year, which I finally got to implement this year's students, the first years, as well as being able to be catalog for the sophomore students. Monthly meetings I attended were mostly with Vice Provost, Interim Vice Provost of Academic Affairs, Lisa Sinofsky, and the University Registrar, Derek Beck. Basically, everything that I started is still in progress because a lot of people need to get on board, a lot of upper admin. So these things take time. So the initiatives to continue essentially were all of those. The campus-wide common hour, that's my biggest concern, especially considering this was mandatory pre-COVID and we should be able to go back
It's just a matter of getting the registrar's office and each constituency's dean on board as well as their faculty. But we do have unwavering support from the interim president and vice interim provost Solowski as well. So they'd like to see that happen for all of us. And in the interest of time, something that we have not talked about yet, if you are a first year or a senior, please take a look at your email, whether that's school or your personal email. We did send out, or not we, but the university sent out an SE survey, which is the National Survey of Student Engagement. It's essentially something you fill out at the beginning and end of your college career throughout your 4 years at Western England or whatever institution you're at. It basically gauges what programs and activities you're involved in on campus, how to improve campus life, both with housing activities as well as your academics as well. So that just gives the university information to better use our time and money for further years going forward. And there's been great increases on campus with the data that we get from these surveys. So if these basic would do that, I urge you to. And last of all, I know we had a lot of questions pertaining to the research aspect specifically for all the regulated sciences. I know there was a lot of questions. So President Kaufman and I spoke with Provost Solowski about that. We have answers as to the miscommunications that went on to the student body and some of the faculty. And in the interest of time, I will send out an email or a group message about what happened. And that's fine.
Thank you. I move to accept the
Second.
academic report. Voice vote, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, those abstaining, motion passed. If you need to leave, please feel free to leave. Vice President, a minute 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, I've included a list of every single person that's ever visited Senate throughout the term. Projects worked on. Camden and I worked on the presidential selection committee and the application for students in that area, and we selected the next university president, Joseph Hartman. Thank you to everybody that participated in the student interviews for that. I included a discussion about political clubs on campus and the clarifying of the university's time, place, and manner policies. And while it's important that students have places on campus to exercise their political views, that it needs to be within university policies. I included a section on accessibility issues, including the swipe access policies that we relayed to the director of facilities and the vice president of student enrollment, Greg Matthews. The election committee updates, I've co-chaired the election committee, and if we move fully online and we filled a bunch of Senate seats, I worked with Chairperson McKiernan to address facilities related issues and introduce them to the role. Nobody cares about the meetings I attended. Concerns and support needed. I think that the Badge Up Golden Bears initiative needs a bunch of work. It's an imperfect system and it requires continued evaluation and refinement. And initiatives to continue or begin Student Life Day. We had a day at the beginning of last semester where a bunch of student life people came in. That was really important, and I think it's valuable. And then to restart Dean's Day, having all the deans come in on a single day would help, especially college representatives, get to know their deans. I learned how to create agendas for Senate meetings, and I wrote a touching letters backup.
All right, we lost quorum, so we'll just approve these two with the full rollover report. For me, I included a long list of frequent contacts, including members of the Board of Trustees. I only put Elena Gervino's contact information because I'm not giving you guys Ken or Stanley's email or phone number. But Elena has a Western New England email now. So all students on the directory have access to the board chair. You can look at that for contacts. The SBA president and the pharmacy student government president is on there. There are two members of the Alumni Association, Anthony Capuz and Joseph Moro. I know I mispronounced his name, sorry. We're on there. I had a great opportunity to connect with them, and I think I was the first Senate president to ever connect with any members of the Alumni Association regularly like that. Building the executive board, I'm not going to talk about that. Campus culture change was the first big topic we talked about. And there was a lot of outcry for changes in how we handle things on campus from administrators. Addressing the layoff of the peer advisors was another thing. Executive board position descriptions, I instituted those. Search for assistant director for student involvement over the summer. The creation of the extended Senate cabinet, the inaugural year, the undersecretary, the special events chair, the multiple special committees, the reinstitution of the parking committee, launching the Kaufman-Cloutier agenda, presidential search committee and selecting Joe Hartman. We got into his contract a location requirement, so he needs to be near school. He needs to live near school, so we won't have a presence issue with the president anymore. Campus infrastructure issues, refer to that. Campus engagement platform. Senator awards and and something else I will not talk about now. I will announce those formally at the transitions meeting in my speech. I'm giving out an Alvord Award, which will be announced at transitions. Emeritus and emeritus status granted to Noah Peral and Michaela Souza at the beginning of the term. Meetings attended, nobody cares. Concerns, Senate funding and capital projects. Initiatives to continue or begin connecting with faculty senate. We didn't get to do that, but Jess and I got to connect with them during the president search. Building the relationship with the board of trustees. We started that this year. It should grow next year. Processes learned how to run a student government of 48 members. And the new budget process for the Student Activities Fund. I wrote a letter to Blanca, constituency kudos, refer to that. All of you senators, the ones on the president search, thank you. The e-board, I love you guys. Greg, Leah, Bridget, and that is it. And I put a final note with my contact information for anyone who would like it. Yeah, no.
So we can't adjourn.
We'll accept it with the rollover report at.
I'll put it in, no problem.
Yeah.
I just have to officially accept it.
Hey, can you?
Thank you.
We can't, no, we can't. It's
Adjournment is
in
the only thing.
only thing we can do. I move to adjourn.
Second.
Hearing a second.